All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to explore a really fascinating connection where faith and environmental stewardship meet. We're looking at why, for so many people, caring for our planet isn't about politics, it's a deep spiritual calling. And it's called creation care.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. The stakes are, well, they're incredibly high. Just look at this number 12,000. That's how many lives were estimated to be lost just last year because of climate related events. It's a huge number, and it really grounds this conversation in a very urgent reality. So, that leads us to the big question, right? For people of faith, when you see a number like that, when you see the challenges we're facing, where does your responsibility even begin? How do you turn belief into real, tangible action? That's what we're going to dig into. So where does this whole idea of creation care actually come from? Well, we have to start with the biblical mandate. This is what frames the entire issue, not as something new or political, but as a core part of faith itself. Okay, so what is it exactly? Creation care is really a two-part mission. Think of it like this. Part one is defense, stopping the harmful stuff like pollution. And part two is offense, actively getting involved in healing and restoring the world around us. It's both stopping the bad and promoting the good. The roots of this idea go way, way back, right to the beginning of the Bible, actually. This verse from Genesis, it's basically seen as the original job description for humanity, not to conquer the earth, but to cultivate it, to take care of it. It sets up this core idea of being responsible stewards from day one.
And this isn't just an Old Testament thing that gets forgotten. The idea actually evolves in the New Testament. It's not just about looking backward to some perfect garden, it's about looking forward to a future where creation itself is healed and restored, right along with people. It's a really powerful vision.
So, okay, that's the theology, but how does that become a real movement today? Let's look at a case study. There's a Christian think tank called Transbiblica, and they are putting these exact principles into practice right now. Their vision is simple but huge. Every person celebrates the fullness of life. And what I love about this is how it connects human flourishing directly to the health of the planet. The idea is you just can't have one without the other. A full, abundant life needs a thriving world to support it. Now this really shows you how important the environment is to their work. They have what they call 5 kingdom concerns. These are the absolute key areas for living out their faith. And look what's on the list, right there, alongside huge concepts like peace and justice. Environment. It's not a side project. It's a core part of the mission. So how do you actually turn that belief into action? Well, Transbiblica has a really clear 3-part strategy to make it happen. Their approach is pretty brilliant because it works on every level. It starts small by coaching and empowering young leaders. Then it gets bigger by facilitating action within whole church communities. And then it scales all the way up by partnering with global organizations. It's a classic ground-up strategy. And here is where their strategy gets incredibly focused. They boiled it all down to one tangible, achievable goal. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, they have a single, powerful message for churches. Just stop using single-use plastic. The power of that is in its simplicity. Anyone can do it. And they don't just throw the idea out there. They give churches a roadmap for how to do it. It's a step-by-step process. You get the leadership on board, you make a formal, public commitment, and then you weave that commitment into the life of the church through sermons, prayers, everything. This is where you see how the local connects to the global. A simple action, like one church deciding to give up plastic cups, is shown to be a direct contribution to these huge international efforts, like the UN's goals for climate action. It's all about showing people that their small steps are actually part of a much, much bigger movement. So what does all this mean for you, for us? Let's take this big vision and translate it into a personal call to action. And that brings the question right back home, doesn't it? How can one person actually contribute to this big vision of creation care? What does it look like in your daily life? Well, the answer is that action can start really small and then grow. It begins with our personal habits, what we buy, what we throw away, but then it can scale up to community action, like supporting local planting projects or even advocating for better environmental policies where you live. And for faith communities, the path is even clearer. It starts with that powerful first step we talked about: stop using single-use plastics. But from there, it can grow into a whole church culture of care, with special teachings, practical workshops, and partnerships that can make a huge difference in the local environment. So, for anyone who wants to take that next step, Transbiblica makes it easy to get involved. You can connect with them directly and become part of this whole faith in action movement. You know, in the end, this movement is all about merging faith with action. It's about combining a love for the Creator with a very real, tangible love for creation. It's about working one small step at a time to make this world a better place. So I guess the question it leaves us with is, what's the one step each of us is willing to take?